What's up, guys? We purchased this N64 from a local garage sale for $10. We're going to clean it, test it, and flip it. Will we break even, make a profit, or go in a hole? Stay tuned to find out in this episode of Flippin' Ain't Easy. Alright, you guys, so you've seen the intro, you know what we're doing. We've got a Nintendo 64 that we picked up from a local garage sale for $10. Now, it's very, very filthy. I do not know if it works or not. We've got this controller port, the outside of it here that's cracked off, which it's not really that big of a deal. I mean, it doesn't look great, but from a functionality standpoint, as long as it works, it's all that matters. What we're going to do is we're going to take this thing apart, clean it up real well, test it out, and if we can get it to work, which hopefully we can, then we're going to throw it on eBay and see if we can't make any money off of it. The people that I bought it off of, they said that they didn't know if it worked or not. They had found it in their attic and they were going to test it out, but they didn't have any way to connect it to the TV. This is actually, I don't see these very often. This is a connector for the 64, but it's to hook up like a RF cable to the TV. You know, at this point in time, you would have thought most people would just be using the audio-video cables, which they were, but anyhow, we got this, but we're going to just use the cables that we've got from our 64 to see if this thing will work or not. Good thing is it did come with the AC adapter here. And we'll go from there and see what we can come up with. But stay tuned for the rest of the episode and see if we can make a little bit of money off this thing.
You wanted the merch. You got the merch. The hottest merch in the world.
DeadBunniesOfficial.com.
Alright, you guys, you've seen what we picked up at the garage sale and how it turned out after we cleaned it. Now let's see how we did on eBay. We ended up getting $54.38 for the Nintendo 64 on eBay. After $4.38 for sales tax, $7.51 for the transaction fee, and $7.24 for the shipping label, we made $35.25 for the Nintendo 64. Now we had this listed on eBay for about a month, and I think I had it at around $75. And I did that because of the port being broke on the front of the console. However, nobody was bidding on it because of the price, so I lowered it a little bit, and then we ended up getting a best offer, and that's what we ended up with here. I think if the port would have been intact, we could have gotten more money out of it, but it is what it is. Overall, we made $35.25 off of this on eBay. So taking into consideration the $35.25 that we made on the Nintendo 64 on eBay, minus the original cost of $10 that we paid at the garage sale, we had an overall profit of $25.25 for the Nintendo 64. Alright you guys, so you've seen how we came out on the garage sale Nintendo 64. Now, we didn't make a ton of money off of this. I think that's primarily because the controller port in the front was broke, but oh well. I mean, at the end of the day, we were still able to fix it and get it in the hands of somebody who can enjoy it for years to come and put a little bit of cash in our pocket. Now, one thing I didn't cover on the video was the fact that when we got it, we turned it on, the power light would come on, but we didn't have any video on the screen. I did some research online, watched some videos on YouTube of some of the problems that these have, and what the issue is the solder on the board over time, especially if it's not used, can get brittle and the connections will crack, so there won't be any connection throughout the board. So what we did was, we got a heat gun, we turned it on low, and we just went over the board for like 20 seconds, 30 seconds on very low heat. You can watch some videos online about this to see how to do it. But we let it cool back down, plugged it in, and it worked fine. So essentially what you're doing is you're heating up that solder, it's reactivating it, and it's reflowing all those connections again. Now, I don't know if this will be a fix for you if you've got the same issue, but it's worth a try, especially if you've got a heat gun. You could even use a hair dryer if you turn it on low heat. That's just, I think a heat gun would probably be a little better, but whatever you got, you could try it. Again, just go to YouTube, watch some videos, and you can figure that out. But we came out okay. And most of all, we really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for watching the video. And until next time, keep gaming.